Hi.
Hello.
Hello. Io volevo chiedere invece, il percorso, diciamo, psicologico e narrativo di Gaius Baltar, tu già sapevi da tanto ciò che gli autori avevano in mente per il personaggio, oppure se sono state fatte delle scelte, diciamo, un po' improvvisate, e se delle scelte degli autori sul tuo personaggio non ti sono piaciute o comunque non hai apprezzato o volevi che Gaius andasse in un altro tipo di direzione, diciamo.
Were you aware of what the authors had in mind about the development of your character? Were you aware since the beginning of what was their vision? And did you agree with their choices, or sometimes were you disappointed by what they chose about the development of your character? And which choices, of course.
Sorry.
And of course, which choices? Made you act?
When I didn't want to be in the television show. I didn't want to be Gaius Baltar. I wanted to be Jamie's part, but he'd already been cast. I wanted to be the guy with the gun and shooting hero, and they were like, no, not you. When I was going to do the job, I was told that the people who make the show, they watch what you do. And from watching you, then they start to write things for you, like you, as you do it. And I was convinced that that was rubbish, that that would never happen, and that that was a way that somebody could keep me sweet. And it did happen. So what happens is the writers, they watch it back, and they see what works, or they see what you have an affinity to be able to do. I mean, this has been gone over. I'm just doing church right now. Sorry.
C'è la chiesa dietro che si sente.
I don't know if you can hear the music down there. Beautiful organ music. Anyway, that's very much. My next trip, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things I found a way of getting around the character was to be funny. And the way I found that was to be inappropriate, saying things that you shouldn't say. Like, I remember in the mini-series when Gator says to Baltar something about, you mustn't feel bad. And I started doing all this stuff like, oh yeah, I know, it's really bad. It's just ridiculous for somebody to behave that way when you're talking about millions of people who've been killed. And so this was something that they wanted to keep, because on some level it kept the character human. What did I like? I liked all of the depth. The people who wrote the show and the people who made it really are very brilliant, and also quite generous in their mind, the way they are with people. An amazing group of people to work with. And obviously, you've seen the original. You've seen the original, and you know Baltar from the original. And I did not want to be like that, because he was so evil, and why? I mean, it was like, hey, why don't you kill all of these people, and we will give you a bathrobe. Maybe your own Galactica bathrobe. I could never understand how. So they made me more human, and occasionally during the story they would write some things. It was like, yeah, but that's Baltar. He's one of these guys. He's a baddie, and I would be like having a very big dog. I'd have to kind of like steer it in the other direction. I'd go, no, that's what you think. But you are imposing your idea. You then make him. It's got to be like he doesn't quite know where to go, rather than he's just evil. He's just always in this direction. Occasionally they did want to do that, but that was an easy option. And normally we didn't do the easy option. We always tried to do something else. One answer, sorry.
you help me with a translation because probably I forgot something. And lui inizialmente non voleva essere nello show anche perché lui voleva fare il ruolo di Apollo, quindi il ruolo di Jimmy Bamber, ma era già stato preso Jimmy Bamber, quindi lui non poteva più aspirare a quel ruolo lì. E invece gli ha proposto di fare Gaius Baltar. Sul ruolo di Gaius Baltar, lui aveva, rispetto agli attori, hanno fatto un lavoro meraviglioso perché, ricordando la serie, quella originale, quella degli anni 70, la prima Battlestar Galactica, il personaggio è cattivo, punto. Cioè non ha solamente quella come caratteristica. Lui ha cercato di inserire qualcosa di differente, voleva differenziare il personaggio da quello. Soprattutto il lavoro fatto dagli autori è stato di umanizzare il personaggio e lui ha cercato di inserire dei tratti che fossero assolutamente fuori luogo. Quando Gaeta, dopo l'attacco dei Siloni nella miniserie, what does Gaeta tell you? I don't remember.
I think that's fine. I mean, in short, the one thing I didn't like, genuinely, one of the things I did not like where they took the character was that I gave my girlfriend a nuclear bomb.
Okay.
I couldn't quite get over that. I was like, I can be annoyed, but I don't have to be that. Why am I giving her a bomb? And I have been stopped in airports where people come up to me and they're like, hey, I like the character, why did you give her a bomb? I mean, I was very disappointed when you gave her a bomb. Like, I didn't write it.
C'erano ovviamente delle parti che hanno dovuto tenere di cattiveria del personaggio stesso e l'esempio che faceva ora appunto del lui che dà alla fidanzata la bomba nucleare per distruggere tutta l'umanità e nei aeroporti ovviamente poi lui veniva fermato dicendo oh cacchio e spiegava guardate me l'hanno scritta quella cosa, non è una cosa che ho scelto io di fare, non è una cosa che ho scelto io. Nel corso della recitazione poi diceva anche prima, lui spesso si è ritrovato come ad avere al guinzaglio un cane molto grosso che vuole andare in una direzione, quindi la direzione del sempre cattivo del personaggio del Gaius Baltar originale e cercare poi di riportarlo su altre strade, quindi lo sforzo di ritornare su altre. I was taking the stuff I had left behind.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
Allora, io volevo sapere com'è stato mescolare nello stesso personaggio l'aspetto, diciamo, dello scienziato, dell'uomo razionale, l'uomo che usa la testa, con l'aspetto più dell'uomo di fede, come alla fine tende a diventare, tra virgolette, sempre personaggio.
The question is about what was it like to mix up a character which is born as a scientist, so a man of science, and becomes then a man of faith in the end.
It was tricky. Yes, I was never quite sure how much Gaius believed what he said. Because I wanted to have that belief in what I said, and after I'd done a lot of the God stuff, and you know, all of this, I did ask the writers. I went, why am I saying this stuff? And then one of the writers turned around and said, because you're full of shit. That's why. You honestly believe a fucking word this guy says? The fuck? So I was doing it because that thing that people do say, you've got to love yourself and God loves you as you are and all that stuff. I can kind of believe that. But I think the writers always had a sense that Gaius was an opportunist. Gaius was the worst kind of arriviste. He arrives on the scene, it's like, oh, what do I need to do? I need to be Jesus. Here I go. And so that, yes, I think that we had a conversation very early on about the Lord's Prayer, actually, Ron and I. And I don't know what it is in Italian, but there's a section in it where, in English, you say, forgive us our trespasses and those who trespass against us. And this is a very powerful thing. And Ron had the idea, I think, that Gaius was going to make this journey from very early on. Not because Gaius was religious, but because Gaius desperately needed some form of salvation, some form of redemption. And that's where the circle comes from, I think.
Alcune scelte rispetto alla parte spirituale del personaggio all'inizio facevano strano anche a lui, per cui è andato a parlare con gli autori a chiedere ok, che cosa c'entra, come la faccio questa roba. E la spiegazione da parte degli autori è stata che il personaggio alla fine è un opportunista. Lui arriva all'interno della stanza e chiede ok, che cosa devo essere? Devo fare Dio? Ok, sono Dio, e quindi si comporta da Dio e segue segue la parte spirituale solamente per opportunità. Diceva anche una cosa abbastanza forte quando gli hanno detto guarda, tu sei solamente un pezzo di merda, cioè tu arrivi nella stanza, fai il cavolo che ti pare perché devi solamente cercare il modo di sopravvivere. C'era stata una discussione anche rispetto all'inizio sulla preghiera degli dei, c'era una parte della discussione che era della preghiera che era rimetti a noi i nostri debiti, che è quella del Padre Nostro, da noi è stata tradotta come quella del Padre Nostro in italiano, rimetti a noi i nostri debiti come noi li rimettiamo ai nostri debitori.
They're reminding you, huh?
Yeah, that reminded me.
Well, we'll do this in smaller snippets now. I'll say a little bit and you say a little bit.
Thank you. No problem. Praticamente quella parte era stata inserita anche perché il personaggio ha bisogno di redenzione e di salvezza, e perciò con Ron Moore col produttore avevano deciso di inserire quella parte.
Thank you for your patience.
Qual è il suo rapporto con la fantascienza, come libri, film?
What's your relationship with science fiction, movies, books, TV shows, whatever?